Hi guys, it's Simeon from LettingHQ. I'm going to be taking you through LettingHQ today, showing you the main benefits and features. Now, this is recorded, so there will be the opportunity to watch this again. I'll also be giving away a coupon code at the end, which will give you 50% off for your first 2 months of using LettingHQ. Okay, so if I just cast a different screen now. Okay, so we're going to start on the login screen. So like I said, I'm just going to be giving you a quick overview of the main product, followed by a basic run through, starting with the check-in as the tenant moves in, moving through to the tenant reporting a repair, all the way through to the very end as the tenant would like to move out and doing a checkout report. So we can see these are all the products that we'd use under HQ. So on the left, we've got LettingCheck, which is the best inventory solution for letting agents, for landlords, and inventory clerks. Whereas on the right, we have LettingFix, which is your repair reporting solution. So we see straight away that we can log into both LettingCheck and LettingFix without entering in our details or email address. So it's just quick and easy. I'll close them for a second. I'd like your special attention for this part because I believe it's the most beneficial feature of LettingHQ. So we can add branches, and the worst thing I think for using this type of software is receiving emails and information about about properties that you don't manage. So this just makes the process run a lot smoother. Let's go back to the dashboard, and let's say we want to move a tenant in. So we'd of course have to go to LettingCheck to do a check-in report. So I'll just start by going over these main pages. If we go to inventories, we have a list of all of our reports in chronological order with the option to edit on the right and to add a new inventory on the left. It's much the same in properties. Obviously, you have a list of all of your properties with the option to view or edit on the right and add on the left. With landlords and tenants, you get a few more details. So you've got the number, email address, and again, you can add on the left. Let's head back to inventories and add a new one. Let's select a property, 45 Winterfell Walk. And it's a check-in. And at this point, I've got the option to do an inventory in the traditional way, which would be to add all the rooms and items individually. However, I'm going to take advantage of LettingCheck's new feature of templates. So if we add a 2-bedroom bungalow and hit save, let's come up there, let's see what that's done. So what it's done is add all the rooms for us and all the items that are commonly found in that room. We've got a bathroom, 2 bedrooms, dining room, a hallway, kitchen, living room, and a front and back garden. Now, of course, we're going to want to edit some of these items. So let's edit the toilet. And I want to upload a picture. So it's taking me to my documents by clicking drop files here to upload. And if we find our picture, wait for the green tick, then we know it's uploaded. Let's change it to good condition. It's not perfect because it's not brand new, making the damage type not applicable. Let's save the item. And now the tenant is checked in. So 6 months has now passed, and the tenant would now like to report a repair. Now, without using LettingFix, I'd have to ring up your office, but this can cause a lot of time wastage. So let's go to LettingFix. Now, you'd have a button on your website that your tenants could press, and they'd be taken to this screen. Now, let's say that I have a broken boiler. Go to heating, gas boiler. Now, these are some helpful hints that will help me as a tenant to fix the problem myself rather than you calling out a contractor. But for now, these aren't going to help me, so I'll click close. Let's say that the boiler's leaking, and I'd like to upload a file. Once we see the green tick, it's uploaded. And just some basic information, so our address, and our name and email address. Let's click next and of course agree to the terms and conditions. Once we hit confirm, we know that it's been submitted and we have the option to go to the progress page. So the progress page basically puts the tenant's mind at ease. Instead of them ringing up your office to see how the issue is progressing, they can simply go to this page and they can see all the changes that you've made to it. For now, there isn't too much to see because we haven't actually done anything to it. We'll come back to this later. Let's go back to the agent side of LettingFix. So once again, we have a list of our issues in chronological order. We can view the issue, view the progress on the right. Again, we have properties and the option to add on the left. And of service providers, we have a few more details. Okay, so let's go back to issues. And we can see that this is the one we need because the status is still open. Let's view the issue. So we can see the picture, we can see the person who's reported it and their address. And now we'd like to assign a service provider, and we can do that within the app. Go over to the left here and select Clifton Gates and hit assign. Okay. So now if we go over to the service provider portal, and we'll start at the login screen. Let's log in, and we see the issue right here at the top. Now, as a service provider, I've fixed the issue, and I'm going to mark it as complete. Again, I've got the option to add a note and pictures. So once we've seen the green tick, we know that it's uploaded. That's done. Let's head back over to the agent side and refresh issues. So we see the status has changed to complete. And now that we know that the tenant's happy and the service provider's happy, we can go ahead and close the issue. Now another 6 months has passed and the tenant would like to move out. So that means, of course, we're going to have to do a checkout report. So if we head over to Letting Check and click on Inventories. Now again, we've got the option to do it in the traditional way, which would be to start the inventory from scratch. However, I'm going to take advantage of Letting Check's new feature of duplication. Let's see what that does. So if we go on the last report that we did, and we're looking in this grey box on the top left, I'm going to hit Duplicate Inventory. What this basically does is make an exact copy of the reports we were just on. So it saves me a lot of time. As we can see, it's copied all the items and rooms over for us. And all we'd have to do is obviously make the needed changes. So now that we've checked the tenants out, of course, we're going to want a PDF version of it. And we would do that by going to Downloads and clicking Download PDF. Now here's a report that I prepared earlier. So if we scroll a bit higher to the top, we can see all the items. The green obviously signifying it's in perfect or good condition, and the red in poor or bad condition. You can see some of the keys that we've added, as well as the meter readings. Let's head down to the bottom again, and we'll come to comparison reports. Now, an example of comparison reports can be found at meter readings. So at the beginning of the tenancy, the gas reading read 1,000. These are just made up pieces of data. And at the checkout, it reads 3,000. Now that we've come to the conditions, we can see that in the bathroom, all these items have changed and deteriorated. So for example, this toilet was in perfect condition, and now at the end of the tenancy, it's in poor condition because it's chipped. We can see a picture of the chip there. Some of these have just deteriorated due to fair wear and tear. So the bath at the beginning was in perfect condition, now it's just in good. If we scroll even further, we'll come to repair history. Now this basically lists all of the repairs that have happened during the tenancy. So for example, we have a broken shower curtain, a broken basin, You can see the pictures from before the repair and after. And the green, again, signifies that it's been resolved, whereas the red tells us that it's still an outstanding issue, hasn't been closed. So these, both the repair history and the comparison reports, they are automatically generated onto the PDF, so you don't have to mess around yourself doing it manually. Big time saver. Okay, thanks for listening. The coupon code that I mentioned earlier is HQ 2 months. That's all in capitals, and that's going to give you 50% off your first 2 months of LettingHQ. Thanks for listening. If you've got any questions, be sure to email me, simeon@lettinghq.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for listening, and I will see you again soon.